On planet Namek, all warriors were finally gathered. The side of good had its army. Vegeta, even though he doesn't agree with Goku's ideas, he joined him and everyone had new hope. And so they began to prepare themselves for what would come next. All Namekians who were not part of the warriors went to a safe place, which was not so far. All the warriors or people who could fight were willing to contribute. And right now, they were just waiting for the inevitable confrontation. And Gohan and Piccolo talked, trying to escape the problems. They talked about the life they once had, and on what they dreamed of being able to live.
Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire world of Dragon Ball. Let's go back to the point.
A few hours pass, and finally the fateful moment arrives. And Goku looks at the sky. He can see Black standing surrounded by an army of thousands of powerful beings. Everyone gathers to Goku's side as Black and his army land. At this moment, two armies were facing each other, and Black shouts for his warriors to listen. Get ready! I have no mercy! Exterminate everyone, and the universe will be ours! Goku, besides his friends, looks at Vegeta and says,
Your Majesty, I have never admitted how much I admire you. I know we have our differences, but we are both Saiyans, and I hope that now you will stand by my side. And that you give your all so that we can protect all the good people that are here. Gohan approaches and yells, Do not give up! Be strong, and we will not let evil prevail!
At that moment, the two armies run towards each other. Namekian Saiyans fly towards enemies, and a devastating battle ensues. The gods and angels controlled by Black are much more powerful. The gods and angels controlled by Black are much more powerful than the Namekians. More powerful than Saiyans, more powerful than human beings. However, several strategies were created so that the battle was not so unequal. Eros, the god of destruction who had turned to the side of good, had revealed a secret that would make all the difference. Hours before, Eros tells all the warriors that he was in Namek.
Gods of destructions and angels are extremely powerful, but if we want to stand a chance, we'll have to face it. So I decided to tell you something, that in the Supreme Planet, there are countless mountain mineral composite that is capable of nullifying the destructive powers of a god. And with that mineral, we could create weapons, and maybe we would stand a chance. The Supreme Planet is a world where the Supreme Kaio Lord lives. And at the beginning of everything during creation, the Great One, Hajimari Toawari, while creating the universe, he decided that to avoid a rebellion by the gods of destruction, he would create this planet with this mineral.
With this revelation, everyone went to the Supreme Planet and could create weapons like spears, arrows, swords, in a way that they would be in par with the gods. During the battle, we see several casualties in both sides. Goku charges directly at Black, and a devastating battle immediately ensues Goku. He turns into a god killer, raising his powers to the maximum in the battlefield. Everyone looks in awe at that power, and that aura was extremely unbelievable. They feel an incredibly strong heat emanating in Goku. Goku and Black are confronted with attacks that destroy mountains. Countless portals opens in the sky. The battle remains extremely incredible. Portals open in the sky with countless angels. They appear using ki blasts while the warriors who are on the ground are hit. Gohan raises his power and flies, and starts shooting keys towards the enemies. Piccolo accompanies him, while the Namekian warriors attack the gods with their spears made with purple from the Supreme Planet. They manage to weaken the enemies, but several Namekians are killed. Others are erased. And the battle continues to be devastating explosions happening everywhere. We see the sky darkens and bodies of gods and mortals scattered everywhere. At that moment, we see Piccolo having his chest pierced by a god of destruction. That, in a brutal scene, hits a blast of energy disintegrating, and Piccolo dies. Gohan, who was facing an enemy, looks back and sees Piccolo being defeated and simply screams, Mr. Piccolo! At that moment, he is attacked from behind and Goku also dies. countless gods and mortals end up being killed during this battle. Everything becomes a massacre. Vegeta was giving his all in battle, flying through all the fights while pummeling her enemies. An incredible sequence of blows. In exchange of punches and kicks, Nappa uses his brute strength to throw enemies, and Raditz for hand-to-hand combat using his weapons made with purple from the Supreme Planet to eliminate his enemies. Several Saiyans had been defeated. Vegeta was already starting to feel incredibly furious to see more of his people being cruelly annihilated. Vegeta screamed, "You damn fools! I am the great king of Vegeta, and I will annihilate them one by one!" Elevating all his power and creating a gigantic explosion. An intense glow takes over everything. In another corner of the battle, we see Krillin being defeated and falls to the ground. There have already been countless casualties on the side of the good, gradually and defeated. What can be done is amid so much devastation where only despair takes over. Everything happens quickly, and for those in the middle of the battle it seems to take forever. Raditz is hit by attacks from all sides and several parts of his body are destroyed, and he is pulverized by a Hakai. The battle comes close to where the people who would not fight in that battle were. Some Earthlings and other people who weren't warriors. Goku attacked Black with all his strength, and at that moment he says, "I will not allow you to go destroy everything!" Black quickly flies and hits Goku. Black's powers are on another level, but Goku can match him. Looking down, Goku sees all the destruction that the battle causes. This instant, Goku sees Vegeta being killed. Nappa and other countless Saiyans were also defeated. The battle is lost. After all, the destruction had already taken care of everything. Goku had already lost all hope. At that moment, Black manages to find arrows in the middle of the battle. He was being defeated by one of the Black's generals, an angel of death. And then Black says, "Bring him to me." Black grabs Haros by the neck as he soars into the air in front of Goku, then says, "This is a traitor, and this is what happens to traitors!" and rips off the god's head, annihilating him. Goku drops to his knees and looks around and can see everyone who helped him had been defeated or was being annihilated, even those who weren't warriors. And looking to the sides, Goku finds a backpack. It was Bulma's backpack that had the Earth's Dragon Balls, and Goku takes them. He concentrates and feels the key of the Great Namek Patriarch, who as well weakened, and teleports there. When meeting the Great Patriarch, Goku says, "I found the Dragon Balls of the Earth. All have already been defeated. We can fix everything with this, can't we?" The Great Patriarch answers, "Maybe. It's not possible, but you can try. If perhaps he manages to fuse the powers of the Earth with those of Namek, yeah, he can make this whole end." Goku closes his eyes and says, "We have no other choice." The Great Patriarch then hands him the Namek spheres. Goku, with this teleportation, goes to a place farther from the battlefield. There, he puts all 14 spheres together, and saying the words which the Great Patriarch has instructed him to say, "Great dragons, unite and deliver me from my torments, filth in the midst of this time of need, and help me achieve my desires." All spheres unite, thus creating just one, a large sphere much larger than all the others before it. And suddenly, at that moment, another Goku appears in front of the God Killer. How surprised, he says. "Whoa, what the? But you're me!" And Goku, who just came out of the sphere, says, "I was in the Dragon World. While here, everyone thought I was dead. I was there trying to find a way out." Goku God Killer sees that the other Goku already knew everything that was happening. After all, the look of sadness was stamped on his face. That Goku says, "I got to see everything that happened." And by merging the spheres, a portal between these dimensions were created. And I'm here now. Goku God Killer says, "Together, we can get everything back to normal." And Goku of the sphere says, "No, we're not going to be able to do that. You haven't realized yet, but Black has created a seal on you that will prevent you from returning to your world. And the same seal he used to imprison Zeno Sama and other mighty gods.
Zeno's great father in an eternal prison. And now, that reality is also yours, and it's all over for us. Goku just closes his eyes and says, I understand. The two Gokus find themselves in an enormous sadness when suddenly they hear a voice saying,
Lords Gokus, maybe you can change everything.
Goku Godkiller looks around and asks, Who's there? And the voice answers,
I am Zarama, the dragon god who created the Super Dragon Balls. And seeing all this destruction, I sacrificed myself so that you can get some of my power. That way, you can merge, and you can become a deity, the most powerful deity that ever existed, and you can fix everything. God Killer and the other Goku stare seriously at each other, and Zarama says, You will be trapped in this reality, but you will have unimaginable powers, and you will be able to do something by becoming one. Do you accept it? The two look at each other and answer, Yes, yes. At that moment, Zarama sacrifices himself, and the power passed to them that in moments begin to emerge, thus becoming a god. Having your skin silver and the powers virtually infinite, they became one, and so they returned to the presence of Black. Interesting. Who the hell are you? Goku replies, I'm the cure of the disease you've become. And now I will purify everything. Goku, without thinking about anything else, raises his hand and closes it. Everything just gets erased. Goku has just erased the existence of that reality and has just single-handedly caused everything to be erased from existence. And in the midst of darkness, Goku with his impressive form just wanders through infinity. Far away, also lost in the darkness, we see Zeno Sama, his father, and some of the other gods who, because they were sealed, would be able to escape. And they wonder what just happened. Some time passes, and Goku gets tired of wandering alone through the immensity of infinity. And in that moment he decides, from today on, there will be a new reality, and they will be sovereign. And Goku gets tired of wandering alone through the immensity of infinity. And at that moment he decides, from today on, there will be a new reality, and he will be sovereign. And as he opened his hands in front of them, a new reality filled with the universe begins to emerge. And everything that had just been erased and ceased to exist, now he would have another chance to renew himself. And so the story gets a fresh start. To be continued. What will this new reality be like? What will happen now? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in the comments so that you can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.